was going to be a Spike Lee joint, which was exciting. And the script was so amazing. And then when you want to play a role that is not like something you've played before, and hopefully not how people see you, then it's incumbent on the performer to kind of say, I'm willing to do a proof of concept with the director. And I was happy to read. I mean, my point of view on it is, like, you're going to have to perform it at some point, so you might as well go in and I was happy to just even, Spike took the time. And then it went great, and it happened really quickly. And he made me feel very comfortable with what was easily the weirdest audition of my life. I said, look, I'm sure people have said this to you about this film before, but before we do this scene, like, I just have to tell you how awkward I feel saying some of this. And it's not just the words, which are awful, but it's also the sentiment behind it, and it's real hate-filled. And that's what makes him such a great director. He immediately made me feel comfortable. And even on set, there would be some days where I just couldn't believe what we just shot. I mean, and he would come up to me and kind of, I'm not someone who, you know, like, has to take my work home with me every day. But on this one, it was just so, just evil at times that, and it's, you know, this isn't fictional, you know? It's something that happened, it's kind of still happening. So he'd kind of come up to me and say, kind of remind me, like, even though this scene is terrible, it's in service of something that I'm saying, and it's something that you would agree with. Once in a while, you get to be a part of a project that is saying something that you agree with. It's bigger than you, but you get to be a part of saying something that you want, you wish you could say something on a national level. We all do, but very few of us are Spike Lee. You're watching what seems like a movie that's removed, and what's so brave and so smart about what Spike did is, at the end, you're faced with the reality of how what happened back then connects to what's happening right now. Ron was there the first day we had the table read, and not only did he give like a 45-minute speech where he kind of talked about everything and kind of walked us through the movie from his point of view, but then he was kind of hanging out with us the rest of the day, and everyone could ask questions. You know, for me, that's invaluable because there was no way to meet with the subject that I was playing. I played people that have been on, that people know before, right? That are based on real life people, and I've always felt such a need to do a good job, not just for the audience who's aware of that figure, but also for that person, because that's who they're gonna, you know, they'll be associated with. But although I did feel a responsibility to do a good job at kind of looking and sounding like David Duke, for the audience, I felt no responsibility to David himself. Well, that's the problem with David, is that before him, there was an idea of rednecks or kind of beer-bellied being racist, and here's a intelligent, well-educated, well-dressed guy who kind of put a new, more palatable face on racism. And, you know, the movie doesn't pull any punches in terms of showing you how that connects to what's happening right now in America. And it's kind of interesting to watch, like, that's where it started, and we're kind of, you know, we're now dealing with where it ended. You know, it's not a fictional story, so when you're playing someone that is truly evil, or you believe is truly evil, it's really hard to not go there and kind of sink your teeth into it. And I'm just lucky I've been acting for a while, because I'm not sure 10 years ago if I would have had that restraint, but I think it allows his actions to speak volumes. This is my virgin time in Cannes, and that's the way to do it. I mean, everyone had kind of tried to prepare me, but I was telling people, it's like, Cannes is like, I mean, it's undescribable, but it's kind of like what I thought Hollywood would be like before I moved to Hollywood. It's red carpets and bow ties and a real celebration and appreciation of cinema. And and then walking down that red carpet and being so proud of the project, and I like so many of the people that I did it with, and I just, that's the way to. I'll always be chasing that dragon. It'll never be that great. 5 or 6 years ago, I just decided, like, that's it. Not to sound too crass about it, but I've been lucky enough to be on a show and be in some movies, and I thought, I don't really need the money, and I'm not a very lavish human, so I thought what I really want to do, I only have so many years, until I'm done, is I want to work with people where the environment really inspires me, and just the great artists of our time. Immediately, my life changed. I just loved what I was doing. Working with great auteurs like Spike and David, it's a total coincidence that they both happen to be in the festival, but it feels like a really nice confirmation of, when you strike out to try something new, over time, hopefully it kind of accumulates, and I love it. It's all I want to do is work with people that, you get inspired every day on set, and every film's like a really different journey,